In Shaw's lifetime, and at the end of his lifetime, his plays were entrusted to Chase Manhattan Bank, not a Shaw estate like many other places have. And as he was dying, and when he died, Lerner and Loewe very much wanted to do an adaptation of My Fair Lady, but did not have the rights yet. Chase, being a corporation, wanted to go through a very long legal process about it. So Lerner and Loewe actually started writing the musical on faith. And when the rights finally became available from Chase Manhattan Bank, they'd actually written a fair amount of it, which is pretty remarkable to think that these very successful men spent years of their lives without any financial recompense writing this musical, and thank God they got the rights so we could see it. Something that I love, I'm a huge Noel Coward fan. They originally considered him for the role of Henry Higgins, and I think especially his first song, Why Can't the English, is very coordinated. The way the punchlines are set up, and drop-offs in the music, the very snobby British attitude towards other cultures. Coward would have been brilliant at that song, but he himself passed on it as well. They wrote the whole thing though, and I think they were so smart to use as much of Shaw as they did. There's not a lot of adaptations of musicals that just sort of wholly put entire scenes in. They're a brilliant idea that they figured out though, and they themselves struggled, because the play is so good. A show that I've worked on that is not as successful is the musical Raisin, which is the musical version of Raisin in the Sun. And Lorraine Hansberry's play is so wonderful that some of those songs start and you think, well, the poetry was actually better than this song. I'd rather just see the play. And I'd like to think that very few people sit at My Fair Lady and think, I really wish I was just at the play. In fact, I have heard from audience members that when they see Pygmalion, as wonderful as that is, they sort of wish they could hear I Could Have Danced All Night. The reverse has happened in that case. Undeniably, the lushness of a full orchestra is a glorious thing. I'm a huge opera and symphonic fan, and one of the main joys of attending an opera or symphony is just the size of the sound that you experience. However, the game, My Fair Lady has some very long stretches of dialogue without songs, which is sort of masterfully done, I think, as a lesson to other musicals to maybe have a little more patience and let scenes unfold before you get to the next musical number, so you need the musical number. But sometimes when you see My Fair Lady with a full orchestra, it's a little intrusive when it starts, because you've been watching a 1 or 2 or 3 person scene, and then some guy picks his arms up, and you hear all these instruments start, and it sort of feels out of focus. Also, you know, most of the score is Henry and Eliza singing. There's very little chorus. There's not a lot of duets and trios or anything like that. So, you know, you don't necessarily need 40 people to back up one man or one woman singing a song. It's enabled our actors, Jeff and Andrea especially, to have a lot of freedom. Jeff, in particular, has a wide variety of how he sings his songs from night to night. With full orchestra, it can be a little bit of a chore sometimes to catch him in every way that he goes. With 2 pianos, it's the easiest thing in the world. The acoustics at this theater are also phenomenal. They're barely microphoned, which I'm very, very proud of. And they are allowed to sing in such a way that they just need to get over the 2 pianos and fill the space, rather than bellowing out the songs to get over 40 instruments. For a musical in the 50s on Broadway, we're not at company yet. There has to be a chorus of some kind. There has to be up-tempo songs. And their sort of masterstroke that they figured out was to put the things on stage that happened off stage in Shaw. Things that you hear about, voices and sound cues you might put in the play from off stage, became frontally staged musical numbers. And I would argue that they're all brilliant. There's not one chorus in My Fair Lady that starts and you think, God, I wish we could get back to the action. They really sweep you up. The melodies are so inventive and so exciting and so simple in some cases that you're delighted to hear them.
We make a lot of points when we talk about musical theater about how the music is supposed to forward the action. Well, the interesting thing in My Fair Lady is that it does to a certain extent, but maybe more than, you tell me what you think about this, maybe more than forwarding the action, I think you might say that the music in My Fair Lady deepens the action. It gives the audience an opportunity to enter into the interior life of the characters to a certain extent, or to hear them interact with each other on issues of immense importance that they're very passionate about, that they feel deeply about. So that there is this exquisite and graceful segue from speech into song. And song just seems to be the essential way of expressing what has to be expressed. It doesn't come, it isn't applied, it isn't ding, there's a song cue, or, you know, suddenly something becomes presentational as opposed to closed, it suddenly becomes open. It's a very graceful, nuanced negotiation between spoken text and sung text. And I think it's one of the reasons why this romantic comedy from 1912, pre-World War I, romantic comedy, has the feeling of like a situation comedy. A small environment, a small ensemble of characters, and a wonderful action, full of surprises that unfolds and deposits the characters at the end in a completely unexpected and different place. And all through the agency of song.